Monday is going to be a little more free than first planned. The new Premier has put his mark on the COVID roadmap by easing up some of the rules for the fully vaccinated. And he insists the move is sensible and measured. Even more people will be allowed to visit homes and gather outdoors. Wedding planners are about to get busier. And the return to school has been brought forward for most students. Alison Shao is live for us tonight. Alison.
Juanita, Premier Perrottet says this isn't just a health crisis but an economic one as well. So last night's crisis cabinet was the last. When ministers meet next, they say they'll have a stronger focus on creating jobs and they hope that these changes will help.
Tipika and Vinojan's big day is about to get even bigger. In fact, it's doubling in size.
Finally, we have a very close friends and family on the wait list who can now invite now for the wedding.
The new Premier's given his blessing for more people to celebrate a wedding and mourn at a funeral. House parties too will be bigger. You can invite more guests to your place.
The changes we're making today are sensible, measured.
And sure to please swimmers. Indoor pools will reopen on Monday.
Today's announcement on pools is great news for people who need the pool, not only to learn how to swim, but to exercise, and also those who need the pool for rehabilitation.
But as Dominic Perrottet plotted his fast track to freedom, a driving force throughout the pandemic was missing from the revised roadmap reveal.
But it is a health crisis, so the Chief Health Officer should be here.
It's also an economic crisis as well.
A crisis, he says, he's committed to curing.
Premier, your coffee?
Oh, coffee, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Oh, that means I can take the mask off.
So those two will be gone from offices when 80% of adults have had both shots. The hope is workers return.
As Premier, I want to get these things moving.
But not everything's rosy, according to the opposition. The state's vaccine passport still isn't ready.
We're 4 days away from opening. These procedures should have been in place before today.
It scares me to turn customers away, especially customers that are waiting to support us in times like this.
And some doctors are even prescribing a slower reopening.
We are concerned at the scale and number of changes that were made today to a roadmap that we were comfortable with.
Anybody who wants to impute that there wasn't well considered or that wasn't given full support is just playing silly media games.
The government's been emboldened by the better-than-expected COVID numbers. There were 587 new cases today and another 8 people have died. But when the state reopens, it's likely that infection rates will rise. Are you scared or excited about lockdown ending on Monday?
Oh, excited.
So my babies are very excited. I'm very excited too.
I think I'm a bit nervous about it, yeah.
Are you scared or excited about lockdown ending on Monday?
Very happy, very exciting.
So we have to be careful, we have to take extra cautions.
So this lockdown will be our last. Alison Shao, ABC News, Sydney.
Alison Shao is still with us. Alison, there's another major change to the rule about travelling from Sydney to the regions.
Juanita, from Monday, Sydney-siders who are fully vaccinated will be allowed to travel into the regions for any reason except for a holiday. So some of those reasons might include for work, inspecting property or caring for people.
And lockdown ending also means that changes to COVID disaster payments are going to kick in.
The federal government's financial assistance payments at the moment are transferred automatically, but that ends on Sunday. So if you do still require help, you'll have to apply for those payments every week. Now, not only will these payments be harder to get, but also they'll soon be less. The federal government is hoping that as lockdown lifts, that more people will have more work and there won't be as much need for this financial help. Juanita?
Alison Shao reporting there. There are many changes to the list of freedoms. Some take effect on Monday and others when the state hits the next target of 80% double-dose vaccination. Amy Greenbank is with me now. Amy, what are the key changes?
Juanita, in 4 days, millions of us will emerge from months of laborious lockdown to be greeted by a raft of freedoms. The fully vaccinated can eat out, get a haircut, go shopping, see a movie, work out, have friends over. ditch the mask outside and what many people are craving, leave your LGA. That's what we already knew, but now there's more. The number of people you can have over to your home doubles from 5 to 10, not including children under 12. 30 people can now attend outdoor picnics and parties, up from 20. The 50-person cap on weddings and funerals jumps to 100. Indoor pools will open for swimming lessons and laps. Up to 10 singers can perform at weddings and religious services. And it doesn't end there. Changes have been made to the 80% roadmap too. In just a few weeks, we'll be allowed up to 20 people over. Outdoor gatherings of 50, crowds of 3,000 at ticketed outdoor events, that's up from 500. Nightclubs can open provided they operate like bars and offer seated drinking only. And a major one, masks will be optional for office workers. As for school, there's a big tweak here too. The original start date of October 18 will stay for kindergarten, year 1 and 12, but all other students will now return on the 25th of October rather than the planned staggered start.
Amy Greenbank, thank you. For kids desperate to get back to school as well as their parents, the new timetable is a relief. The government is promising that COVID safety measures will be in place, but many teachers are worried it's all happening too quickly.
No, you sit on your chair. Cautious relief. That's the emotion this mother of 4 felt hearing her kids would be returning to school 1 week earlier than planned.
This entire time I've been wanting to send them, but knowing that for their safety and ours and our family, it's best to keep them at home.
But Mother Hung Lee is still deciding if it's too soon.
The consensus is the olders might stay back still, the youngers will go.
The government is adamant the change is safe and sensible.
We know that the best learning environment for our children is in the classroom with their teachers and with their friends.
But others are concerned.
Schools were informed that staff needed to be vaccinated by the 8th of November. And in bringing the return to school date for students forward to the 25th of October, I will have 20% of my staff who won't be fully vaccinated when the students come back.
According to the Education Minister, 45,000 teachers have indicated they're fully vaccinated. That's 65% of the workforce. And with school resuming earlier than planned, educators are worried that not enough staff will be vaccinated in time. The union says the sector wasn't consulted on the changes, putting further pressure on teaching staff.
Our schools are large, complex organisations, some of them with more than 2,000 people on site. That takes a lot of organisation, all of which is clearly not appreciated by the government.
We put things in place and then they are changed. It greatly increases everybody's workload.
Yeah. For parents who have been moonlighting as teachers for months, the return of the classroom is a welcome relief.
It's like a well-deserved holiday for us.
A feeling shared among many parents. Harriet Tatham, ABC News, Sydney.